Fox News alert, the January 6th pipe bomb suspect just made his first court appearance. Sources tell Fox he'd been talking to investigators before the hearing and admitted to planning the bombs. He appeared in court unshackled, dressed in a tan jumpsuit. His family was cheering him on. "We love you, Brian. We're here for you, baby." Cole lived with his mom at her house in Virginia, just 20 miles from Washington. Neighbors knew him as the guy that walked his Chihuahua. Apparently, he'd wear shorts all year round, even in the dead of winter. His grandmother calls him very naive and almost autistic-like, saying he wouldn't hurt a fly. But the FBI says otherwise. Apparently, all evidence points to Cole. Cole's cell phone pinged in the area around the RNC and DNC on January 5th, 2021. And his red Toyota was placed a half a mile from the bombs. So they triangulated his cell phone, pulled some credit card statements, and ran his plates. That's Detective 101 work. Joe Biden's FBI had 4 years to figure that out. And Chris Wray told Bret Baier how hard they tried.
I have enormous confidence in the team, the dedicated team that is focused exclusively on that investigation. And we have devoted loads and loads of effort into that specific investigation. And those folks, those FBI agents, analysts, and professional staff, I have total confidence in them.
Biden's FBI made excuse after excuse.
In prior COVID times, in any neighborhood, I think, in the country, if you saw an individual hooded, masked, glasses, gloves on, it would have been a red flag for any individual walking around that day. In this case, it wasn't, because of the environment that we're living in during COVID times.
The feds traveled across the country to catch every grandmother who walked through the Capitol on January 6th, but couldn't find someone in Virginia. One of the lead investigators in Biden's FBI said they couldn't track his phone because the service provider gave them corrupt data. But if the cell data was corrupt, how'd Trump's FBI use it to catch the guy? So 5,000 agents, 4 years, and no one investigated the guy with the bombs. But Trump's team cracked it in less than a year. Bondi said all it took was some elbow grease.
Let me be clear. There was no new tip. There was no new witness. Just good, diligent police work and prosecutorial work, working as a team, along with ATF, Capitol Police, Metropolitan Police Department, and of course, the FBI.
Not only did the Biden FBI botch the case, it doesn't even really look like they investigated it. Remember, Wray dragged his feet before releasing the video.
Will you commit to releasing the full tapes to the public immediately?
No, sir, I can't make that commitment.
Congress needs to subpoena Chris Wray and make him testify under oath immediately about what did and didn't happen. But for Democrats, obviously it's all Trump's fault.
Looking at this crowd doing a victory lap when all the senior FBI officials across all key divisions have been fired for political purposes. It's a little rich that they're saying they're American safer. How much earlier could we have caught this guy if resources hadn't been diverted?
If resources hadn't been diverted to locking up 80-year-old women who knit sweaters for a living. Yeah, Biden could have caught this guy earlier. It kind of feels like the media is still working with Biden officials on the case. Because first Jake Tapper says the bomber's white, and now he's MAGA.
This suspect has essentially confessed to planting the bombs, and he's told FBI agents that he is a supporter of Donald Trump.
You can't trust Agent Delanian. He was the deep state's go-to guy on the Russia hoax and the Hunter Biden laptop. In fact, you can't believe anything the media says about this case. They said the feds wouldn't catch him because he was Caucasian.
When you consider how black criminals and Muslim terrorists are treated, both by the legal system and by the media, and yet the January 6th pipe bomber who laid explosives in front of the RNC and DNC headquarters still walks free, we still don't take domestic terrorism of the far-right white variety seriously in this country, do we?
Pretty sure this guy's black. And now they're saying Cole was trying to stop the steal.
In part, we are told that he had accepted the political view of the time in 2020 that the 2020 election had been stolen. That's a view that President Trump has falsely pushed for a number of years.
Okay, the guy began building the bombs in 2019. He bought most of the supplies before the election was stolen. We don't know if this guy was righty, lefty, upside downy, but Judge Jeanine Pirro says he was disappointed in various aspects of the election, but it's not clear whether he supported Trump or Biden. This guy was an equal opportunity bomber, planting bombs at both the RNC and the DNC. And this is interesting. His father retained Ben Crump, otherwise known as Al Sharpton 2.0, when he filed a racial discrimination lawsuit. The dad ran a bail bonds company for illegals and sued the Trump administration, claiming DHS was screwing him out of money. Now, that lawyer is repping his son, and he doesn't even practice criminal law, which is probably why the kid confessed. Great lawyer. Something tells me this guy's a little. His grandma called him autistic. He wears shorts in the dead of winter, works part-time for his dad. The bombs didn't even work, and he kept his cell phone on him the whole night. And not only that, he bought all the bomb parts on a credit card. He even waved to a cop car the night he planted the bombs. Sounds like the dumbest bomber in America. And Biden's FBI couldn't even catch him. The whole thing stinks. This was a huge case that went unsolved for years. Kamala Harris could have been killed before she was even sworn in. A black guy almost killed the first black vice president outside of the Democrat National Committee. And the case collected dust? And why wasn't Kamala Harris knocking heads together at the Bureau? Hey, guys, you ever find the guy that tried to bomb me to bits? Thanks to Trump's FBI, we finally have something. But the fact that it took so long makes me really wonder about who the heck this guy is. We still don't even know if he acted alone.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.